If you redesign things differently, then there's no reason you can't make that product again and again and again.
You're about actually barging into the capitalist system.
When we get there, this will work, and it will work in the long term.
You could have done so many things when you came back from sailing around the world. Why the Foundation?
The Foundation for me was a culmination of something that I learned from the sailing. If you're faced with running out of something, surely the solution is to use less, but it doesn't solve the problem. It buys ourselves more time.
It doesn't make sense that we live in a linear economy like we now do. All the things that we make are thrown away or incinerated.
The idea of a circular economy is if you redesign things differently, so you design for disassemble so you can recover all the materials and keep them at the same quality sitting in a product, then there's no reason you can't make that product again and again and again.
It's not just based on some recycled content, it's the whole ethos behind the business and the company to actually try and build sustainability and right from the design back to taking the carpet back and eventually recycling it.
You're about entirely transforming the way in which people do business.
The circular economy is a different business model. It's a different way of looking at things. We know our future doesn't work long term, but within a circular economy it does.
But have you actually persuaded businesses? Do businesses put their money where their mouths are?
We raised £6 million from the founding partners of the Foundation, which is B&Q, National Grid, BT and Cisco, and also Renault.
How do you know they're not just green window dressing and you're rather a handy product?
We spend enough time with those companies, with the technical people who actually have the knowledge to see exactly what's going on within those companies.
Renault is already doing a lot of things towards circular economy. We want to make sure that the car will be dismantled in the proper way and that the materials could be used and reused for other applications.
It's amazing to see that a CEO like Ewan Sutherland can stand up on a platform and say, in the future, retailers like B&Q may not sell anything anymore. That's a paradigm shift. Just rent it.
But you've got a culture that wants a new model every year.
If that material that's put into that product is recoverable, then there's no reason you can't have the latest model. It's about design.
It sounds great, but what have you actually done?
The Foundation launched just 1 year ago, and in the last year we've started work with secondary schools, we work with further education, we work with higher education. We've run our own projects, such as Project Redesign, where we took 800 young people going through A-levels and we set them a challenge to redesign the future. 5 teams went into internships with our 5 founding partners. They saw that they could be a huge part in redesigning the future. They saw the opportunities.
This is actually about thinking differently. That's got to be good for us, it's got to be good for innovation, and actually it's got to be good for business ultimately as well.
We work 80% with education and 20% with business. What's fantastic about working with big organisations like our founding partners, it by definition spreads globally.
What about political hearts and minds?
Our goal for that first year was to engage with business, to get out there, inspiring a generation to think differently. We're on track with that. Now's the time to go to government.